Right. Hello and welcome. Now, a question that we normally would like to answer is, do you know what your data is actually saying? Not what you are assuming, not what you're guessing. You really know what your data is saying. Because you may have heard that success leaves clues and failing or failure also leaves clues as well. Now, we'll be looking at the UK driving test performance, and we're going to be answering several questions. Our aim is to answer 100 questions from the UK driving test data that's currently available. This will be over 100 classes or 100 episodes. And yeah, this is the first one we are looking at. So at this point, we want to look at almost 2 decades in review, UK driving test performance all the way from 2007 to 2024. Now, if you look at this data here, I designed this using Power BI, just in case if you're wondering what tool I use. This is with Power BI, and uh, got the data as well. Now, the charts that we use are going to be changing, obviously, depending on the kind of information that we want to analyze. So whenever it changes, we'll talk about that. So this is what we currently have. Now, this is UK driving test performance. The chart at the top here shows the theory performance. The chart at the bottom here shows the practical performance, and all the way from 2007 till 2024. 2025, I did have the theory information for 25, but as of when I downloaded the data, the practical information for 2025 wasn't available. And to make sure they align, I just kept it to 2024. So one of the things that you can see from the theory is that you can see the chart is moving all the way up. It's going up here, meaning that more people are taking the theory test. And then it tells you, it gives you the impression here that those that are also passing are going up. Now, I say it tells you, it gives you the impression because the charts here, you have about 900,000. The actual figure is there, it says 949,431. And then here it's gone up to 1 point, almost 1.3, that's 1.2, 1,253,269. So if you look at this, automatically you can just assume, right, those that are taking theory is increasing, those that are passing are also increasing. But one of the things that you want to look at is you can see the gap here between um, the blue line here is saying those the tests that have been conducted. That is everyone that has taken the test, and here those that have passed. Now, what you want is if this was the same, this gap is meant to stay the same all the way through. But you notice that this gap, for some reason, appears to widen here. It's for some reason the gap increased from 2012. Well, it started increasing here slightly, but it was obvious here. 2012, 2013 increased all the way to 2019. It increased, and now you can see in obviously this when everyone was at home. 2021, the gap is even getting wider. So if you don't know how to read the chart very, very well, like I said, you might just assume people are passing. So it gives you the impression that more people are passing, but the gap tells you a completely different information. And we'll look at another chart in another episode where we'll actually look at the percentage and you'll see what's really, really happening. But when you analyze this gap, this automatically tells you there's something definitely not right here as far as the theory is concerned. When you look at the practicals, now there are some questions I do have with the practicals that I've not analyzed or answered yet. Like, for example, you have 1.5 million people here that have taken the theory test, and you have 1.8 million people here that are doing the practical. So I'm not sure at the moment whether that's because of a backlog or something. But if we just keep the analysis with what we are doing, you can see here that the line here almost appears to be constant. Here we started with 1.8 million approximately, and here we also have 1.8 million approximately as well. That's 183. This is 176. So slight increase. So it does tell us something interesting that while the those that are taking the theory test, the number is increasing. For some reason, the practical is relatively constant. Now, if we look at those that are passing, if we apply the same methods here, and we look at the space here at the beginning seemed to be reducing. Now, reducing is a good thing because it means more people are actually passing, and uh, someone's trying to ring. I hope that's not sounding. And then we do have, so it's for some reason in 2007, it started dropping and it seemed to have dropped until 2016. And then for some reason it increased and that sort of remained the same. It dropped when everyone was at home and then it started increasing again. So this gap seems to be relatively constant. So for some reason, regarding practicals, the rate of the pass rates appears to be the same roughly. Like I said, when we look at another chart, we'll be able to get what the actual figure is. So again, this is one of the things we'll be analyzing, and you can see the trend from 2007 to 2024. Now, I put this in here. We don't really need this now to get the exact for to filter it for the year, but just in case you're wondering what that's doing, if I click 2007, you see it just gives me 2007, but that's irrelevant. That's not really required at the moment. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode where we'll be analyzing something else regarding the UK driving test performance. Now, this is in the United Kingdom. Thanks.